Every time you click Sign in with Google, you're using a protocol that exists because of one terrifying idea: giving your actual password to a random app. That used to be normal. You wanted a game to see your contacts? You typed your Google password into the game. The game could then do anything: read your email, change your password, lock you out. OAuth 2.0 killed that. Now the game never sees your password. It gets a token, a scoped, expiring key that opens exactly one door and nothing else. But here's what most developers get wrong. They think OAuth logs you in. It doesn't. It was never designed to. And the gap between what OAuth actually does and what everyone assumes it does is where real security holes live. Next 9 minutes, what that token really is, the 4 ways apps get one, including 2 that the spec's own authors now tell you not to use, and the identity trick that Google plays that almost nobody notices. Start with the thing that changes hands, the access token. It is not your password. It is not your account. It's a credential with a leash, scoped to specific things, dead after a set time. A photo app holding a token for your Google Calendar can read your calendar. It cannot touch your Gmail. That's the whole deal. Least access, time-boxed. Who mints it? The authorization server, and only after you explicitly say yes. And when it hands the token over, it also says how long it's good for: a number of seconds, delivered at issuance. From then on, the app attaches the token to every request it makes, inside an authorization header tagged bearer. The header carries the token and only the token. The expiry was set when it was born. The server guarding your data checks the token on every single request. Valid and alive? Through. Expired? Back to the authorization server for a fresh one. No exceptions, no memory, no trust. Watch the full handshake. This is what actually happens in the 2 seconds after you click Log in with Google. You click. The app redirects you to Google. Google, not the app, asks you to sign in. You do. Google shows you what the app wants and asks, allow? You allow. And here's the subtle part. Google doesn't send back a token. It sends back an authorization code. The app then trades that code for the real token, server to server, on a back channel your browser never sees. Why the extra hop? Because anything that travels through your browser can leak. The code is worthless without the app's own secret. The token, the thing that matters, never touches the front channel at all. That's the authorization code flow. It's what nearly every serious login button runs on. Quick question. When the app finally calls Google Calendar's API, does Calendar know who you are? Does it know you clicked Allow? No. And that's by design. The resource server, the thing holding your actual data, never joins the login conversation. It has exactly one job. Is this token valid? Yes or no? It doesn't authenticate anyone. It doesn't remember the consent screen. It could be a REST API, a mobile backend, a cloud service. The role is identical. Guard the data, check the token, nothing else. One job per role. That separation is the entire architecture. So the token is a key, but what does the key look like? One very common answer, a JWT, JSON Web Token. And it has a superpower: it's self-contained. Everything the resource server needs, who the token is for, what it covers, when it dies, is packed inside, signed, compact, URL safe. Which means the resource server can verify it without calling anyone. No round trip to the issuer. Check the signature, read the claims, done. At scale, that's the difference between 1 hop and 2 on every single API call. But keep the roles straight, because this is a top interview trap. JWT is a token format. It doesn't log anyone in. It doesn't grant anything. It's an envelope. OAuth 2.0 is the framework that decides who gets an envelope and what's written inside. Commonly paired, never the same thing. Now the trick Google plays that almost nobody notices. In our flow, Google did 2 completely different jobs and made them look like one. Job 1, prove you are you. Job 2, decide what the app may touch. Authentication, authorization. 2 jobs. And here's the part that surprises even senior engineers. OAuth 2.0, the actual spec, never defines an identity provider. That role, the who are you role, comes from OpenID Connect, the identity layer built on top of OAuth. OAuth Core only knows the authorization server, the token minter. Why care? Because the jobs can split. A company can run its own authorization server while outsourcing Who Are You to a completely separate identity provider. One login, many apps. That's what single sign-on actually is under the hood. Google runs both jobs, so you never see the seam, but the seam is there. OAuth 2.0 ships 4 flows because an app needs a token means 4 different things. 2 you should know. 2 you should know to avoid. Authorization code flow, the one you just watched. User present, consent given, code traded for token on the back channel. The default for anything with a human in the loop. Client credentials flow, no human at all. One backend service talking to another, authenticating with its own client ID and secret. Machines vouching for themselves. Now the spec's own security guidance walks back. Resource owner password flow. The app asks for your username and password directly and trades them for a token itself. Read that again. The app handles your raw password. That's the exact disease OAuth was invented to cure. Current OAuth security guidance says don't. Implicit flow, a shortcut from a more innocent era. The token comes back right in the redirect URL, in your browser history, in your logs. Current guidance, also don't. Use the authorization code flow instead. 4 flows on paper. In practice, humans get the code flow, machines get client credentials, and the other 2 are history lessons. One deal underneath everything. Apps get a scoped, expiring token instead of your password, and the server guarding your data trusts nothing but that token. Next time you hit Continue with Google, you'll see the whole machine. The redirect, the code, the back-channel trade, the 2 jobs wearing one logo. And no, there's no OAuth 3.0. The active work is OAuth 2.1. Same ideas, consolidated, with the unsafe flows finally cut. If OAuth just clicked for you, subscribe. The next one goes deeper.